Deusvult, they are going to be relying on their early game invades. How good is Sawa with a Hilda? Because Sawa is phenomenal with setup heroes, but with a different category. It's like it's a pocket strategy. It's a invasion kind of hero. Is he actually good at it?
Yeah, I think we have to see if he's able to actually put the pressure on, where he needs to, and also at the same time peel, or is he going to be more aggressive? That's always the question with this Hilda. But now we'll see it all unfold once again, heading into the Land of Dawn. Game number 2 here. It's up to the match point for Deusvult. Can Homebois turn it around? We'll see how it all unfolds once again as both teams get it situated.
All right, Homebois going to be starting on their purple buff side of the map, and Deusvult going to be on the same top side as they start orange. Now, in these types of situations, I'm just hoping, at the very least, the early game is going to somewhat look a lot better for at least for Deusvult, right? Because once we start getting into the later stages, that's where I start to get concerned for them, because let's talk about scaling for an example, right? Yeah. If it does go into that 30-minute level game, then okay, at least Farmers will have value.
Homebois will have, actually both of them will have scaling from their junglers. I would say Joy is much stronger in the latter portions of the game compared to a Lancelot, just because of the AoE damage and the fact that it's magic based. When it comes to gold laners though, we gotta give to Carvey.
The last auto attack. Why was the projectile so slow? He already flickered, he thought he was out, but still, first blood falling into the hands of Deusvult, and now Sawo gets to get on top of GB for free.
Retribution used this time. So was there? I knew it. So he went for CDR for this for Chibi because he definitely needs that. Okay, who wins this? Who won it? It's Magister.
Yep, Magister now having a pretty significant EXP lead over Chibi and is winning a majority of the neutral POIs, right? He's already got the Lethal Wander. He made sure that no invades were actually happening from Chibi's side. And as we start looking at the items here, again, most starts, it's about getting boots quick, right? Nobody's greeting out in their lanes. Nobody's like, I'm going to force out the House Claw as soon as possible, even for the gold laners.
And you know what's interesting about it, too, is Sunset Lover this time around, being on this Valentina, you actually can choose, I feel like, relatively from 3 ultimates here, right, from Homebois. You can work around, depending on the situation. Right now, he's holding on to the penalty zone for this first turtle take. But there's also, obviously, Zorn. You can also use the Nether Realm. We'll see how they all play out, though.
Yep, here we go. Brimsprider already on. And, ooh, straight away, having to force out the Nether Realm to protect Subba. Penalty zone not canceled, now gets on in. Especially for Chibi, electrifying beat so close to killing Kid Bomba. They don't find the Trey. Kid Bomba gets the shield and manages to walk away somehow, some way. Warlord on the run, and Magister going to commit. Zorn finally getting 4 and getting them in Owen Fury, allowing GB to find his own trade against the Magister himself. Looking to run around, but Sawo, with the power of the Wilderness Blessing, he is just so tanky and he sustains through all of the damage.
Still is a lead for Deusvult though. They are able to get the first blood, and not only that, they are faster when it comes to like farming. Then again, Homebois, the fact that they took out Magister, that's actually something of a positive note for Chibi, because it kind of means that there's a little bit of slowdown when it comes to the farming of the Lancelot. I would still feel that early game belongs to the Lancelot though, because he's way faster farming. But Chibi, any kill that he gets in the first 8 minutes of the game, that's golden.
Yeah, not only that, but also the hard part here for Deusvult is really finding out where's our entry points, right? Obviously, Sawa's going to be jumping around. You also have Kid Bomba doing the same thing, but really, that's extra work, right? It takes extra finesse even for Magister to pull off this Lancelot once again until you have the gold laners battling out. But that's why even right now, hold on, top side should be fine, but Turtle going for it.
Yep, it's going to be a 50-50 here. Magister has a significant advantage, and yep, Thorn Rose straight away into the Retribution, securing the very first turtle, but now a committed fight as Sawo gets right on top of Warlord. Perfect execution, straight into it with Kid Bomba to finish off the kill. Penalty zone came a little late, but with the iframe, it's just too much. Chibi able to dash away just in time. And with the losing lane on top side, things are not looking good for the Homebois here. Harvey is going to get some damage down, but luckily, with the explosive crossbow, able to clear up those waves just in time.
That'd be pretty good, pretty comfortable for Deusvult actually. And on in a very good spot where they have the early game headed to them, and Sawo didn't even have to like invade. Now he's very tanky, and there's no one that can punch him. See? And up Kid Bomba, very early invade.
Yeah, he's going straight for it, right? With the assist he has and with the Festival of Blood, he sets it up to get on top of Warlord. Penalty zone on top of Kid Bomba so far. Sunset Lover is out of there, but that's going to be a trade. Kid Bomba sacrificing his life and maybe even a second kill falling into the hands of the Homeboys. It's going to go over to Subbot, and Sawo continue to put some work into Zorn, but that motivational roar is just keeping him topped up.
Nevertheless, they were able to invade it and get the purple buff. So I think that's a lot of like, obviously losing Kid Bomba is like the mistake there for the Deusvult.
Yeah.
They will lose a lot of like tempo because of that play. However, the fact that they took out another purple buff from the Joy, it kind of just expands the lead for Magister, who went it for War Axe. Interesting.
All right, now GB, he's getting chunked out by Sawo. Sawo's damage is still relevant in this stage of the game as Kid Bomba wants to get back in on top of Warlord. Gets cancelled down, manages to land the stun. Woo! Instantly.
Beautiful.
Warlord just did not want to commit with the ult. He's like, all right, just take my life. It's fine.
Yeah, there's a lot of skirmishes happening here, right? And really it's a pendulum between the both of these teams, but right now, still Chibi just trying to hold down that mid lane.
Good spacing so far. Magister still level ahead, and finally the Starlium Scythe is complete. Topside, however, this is it's starting to get really dangerous, right? We are starting to see Deusvult actually get a significant lead, especially in the early game.
Man, it's so intense, man. And I gotta say, Devo are already taking their check boxes when it comes to like their win condition. It's gonna be up to Homeboys and how they are able to use Ryzel.
He's done some significant damage. Kid Bomba will be able to take the tier 1 down on the bot side of the map. The tempo seems to be very, very different for both of these sides, and Magister very confident he can get back in. They're trying to slow him down, electrifying beats. They take away the turtle, but I don't think they will really mind. Take the turtle. That's not exactly our biggest priority.
Yep. Just take it away. They have a comfortable lead at this point. 6.5 minutes in, 2K ahead. They're working. They're putting pressure on Chibi, trying to slow him down a little bit. Again, one of the strengths of this Joy is how fast you can farm, but also, like this, Zorn in trouble.
Yep. The Nolan Fury is going to get committed. The Sunset Lover tries to get on top of Ryzel. Penalty zone. Kid Bomba, in the meantime, we're going to chunk out Zorn. No Flicker, no Minoan Fury.
Yeah, man, this guy's good. I think Kid Bomba with his Lapu Lapu, catching up steam. I think, especially with how he performed yesterday against Geek Fam, and now proving it again that it's not like just a fluke.
Yeah.
Now he's actually in control of the game, back-to-back games. And look at how aggressive he is. This Lapu Lapu should have been banned out by Homeboys, and especially because they rocked the Faramis. But now they will have to deal with it. I think until the latter portions of the game, Kid Bomba will have a lot of impact.
They've made the choice, basically, to deal with the bomb.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's what's happening, and that's how he plays this Lapu Lapu. I love to see him play it this style and this aggressive. He's just got to make sure at the same time, he doesn't get overzealous later on in the game and cause, that disadvantage for Deusvult with the lead that they have. But so far, everything's kind of fallen into place here. And if you notice as well, Sunset Lover, for the most part, majority of these ultimates, is that penalty zone. So even just to keep Chibi at bay, to kind of slow him down and let, Magister to work around the map and for the rest of the team to do things that they want to do to get that advantage in terms of space or resources like the buff. This is all part of the plan here for Deusvult.
Yeah, it is a little part and parcel for them, right? I feel like, especially for Deusvult, there's no point taking unnecessary risks. The people who you want to get ahead are getting ahead. People like Carvey, for an example. Magister, even though he's died 2 times, at the very least, Kid Bomba is making a name for himself on the opposite side of the map. Now, Magister is going to go for the split push as the Lord has already spawned, and it's really not going to result to much as he still maintains his lead over Chibi.
Very smart base. Now, I think Lord 1 is still Deusvult sided. Let's just say that there's no lead whatsoever. It's just natural. I think that overall Homeboys don't necessarily have enough tools to deal with it, especially because they're rocking the Joy anyways. They're gonna have to wait for level 2 Lord, where both of the junglers are already maxed out when it comes to EXP. And obviously you have 3 items up on Chibi, which kind of hurts a lot. Like nobody can stay in front of the Joy anymore. So that's gonna be the timing that they will be waiting for.
We'll see how they all play out. Again, first Lord here. We'll see if Deusvult is able to secure it. But Zorn could be the starter of this fight. Kid Bomba going to jump in.
Oh,
now
flicker on
Kibomba,
flicker.
Yeah, it's looking good. He gets on top of Warlord. He should be able to secure this kill, no problem. No, jumps in, doesn't get the kill at all. Netherrealm already been slowed away by the IMU. Zorn goes in for the Minoan Fury. Subbot comes in with the penalty zone to slow them down. They don't find any trades, but Zorn is already dead. No flicker as well. They get one more into Subbot as well. And Deusvult just punishing the Homeboys tit for tat every single time.
Sunset Lover, can he survive?
No, Chibi runs him down with electrifying beats, and they will be able to secure this Lord with no issues, no contest whatsoever. Reisel's not going to die here, is he?
Yeah, I don't think so. That's the turret. I think they're fishing for Chibi. Speaking of tit for tat, Gideon, I like what Devu is doing. Because the way that they drafted this, they have the Hilda to initially deal with the Joy, but now he can actually be in front of Ryzel. That's why I thought that the Claude might be a better pickup, because you can see how many problems this Irithel has to face. He's not even picking up something like Demon Hunter Sword to kind of deal with the Hilda. So Hilda is just staying in front of the Irithel, which kind of alleviates the pressure onto Kid Bomba, because Kid Bomba is usually designated to the gold laner.
Yeah.
Now he can be what he is designated to be, which is to be a problem for the Thamis instead.
Yeah, not only that, but you know, again, the assertiveness from Kid Bomba is really working out for a lot of these team fights to break out, where it gives them that space advantage to work around with. Now, it is only the first Lord. They're going to go ahead and make it work as much as they can, get a couple of turrets, and work around the map. But really, Homeboys is kind of scrambling, right? They're playing to the tune of Devu right now. Now, the one thing that could really change that as well is if they're able to get a great Minoan Fury off, once especially that flicker is available, because so far, guys, we haven't seen the gold laner shine just yet, right? This is a Wind of Nature being picked up for Ryzel. He could turn the tide of some of these fights if there's an overextension even from Devu.
Yep, electrifying beats coming out from Chibi's side, and as you mentioned before, right at the beginning of the game, that Homeboys want to kind of play around this box, right? Deusvult, on the other hand, now kind of devolving to that strategy, especially since there are no more tier 2s to actually worry about. It's just inhibitor turrets left. They have all the control that they need.
This is the real benefit when you get the Bruno, especially if you go ahead. I think that this Lapu-Lapu really is the problem right now.
Huh. Right now, Sawa just going to chase down Chibi here. Understood there.
Perfect execution already coming out as well. Kid Bomba not going to pull the trigger just yet, but it looks like now is the time that he goes back in. He's got the damage reduction as he's going in and making sure that at the very least he is going to try and force out some resources, right? You can see the rotation from the mid lane, from Sunset Lover, as well as Carvey, and they recognize that. Ryzel is able to steal a tier 2 in the meantime. Electrifying beats find Sunset Lover as Sawo takes the kill onto Chibi.
Is that worth, Wolf? At least Chibi gets something there, takes Sunset Lover.
Yeah, I guess if you think about it, like the grand scheme of things, yes. And fortunately, the shutdown goal was given to a roamer, so it's not like as devastating as it would be. Was it worth it? It's probably break even at best.
Okay, well, with that, Carvey also picking up Malefic Roar. This is going to pay dividends for him, because we've seen some of the damage being output here, especially with this even Minotaur on the inside. Okay, hold on. He was actually...
Ryzel got it!
Yeah, Ryzel was able to get it. So, with all this, Chibi will now spawn second Lord here up. So they should be able to contest it, right? With the things falling in place, itemization-wise as well. Yes, it's nearly a 7k gold deficit that they're working against, but obviously they still want to go and try to contest this. But look at the positioning here from Sawo.
Yep. It's a problem now. This Ryzel is important.
Yep, he's going to make sure that Ryzel is getting monitored each step of the way, and now they start intercepting them inside their own jungle, right? Suppot get brought down to 50% of his HP as Sunset Lover and Kid Bomba start taking space by that L bush, and now that Tri-Brush is cleared, and more importantly, they have an idea of where Zorn is. Devu, they're going to back up, take their time with this, and
he got the flicker.
Yeah, he got the flicker out of him. Okay, I'm surprised that it was Sunset Lover who loses his resources.
Still, Sawo waiting patiently there, going to look for his own angle.
Penalty zone already jumping in towards that bad line. Kid Bomba is trying to look for his own, but no, all of a sudden, with the Netherrealm, and especially with Electrifying Beast, they take down Carvey. Perfect execution getting denied, as now the rest of the team starting to lose. Suppot's down. Kid Bomba, Carvey, and Sunset Lover already down. Deusvult are scrambling. Magister finds a double kill on towards Warlord's side, but even so, Ryzel, he's trying his best with some nature to buy a little bit more time. Chibi's back into the fight with another Electrifying Beast. He takes down Sawo. Magister against Chibi in the 1v1 of his life, and Chibi wins it out. It's a wipeout.
A costly fight for Deusvult as well as Homebois, but in the end it's Chibi just winning it all. And I think the main problem there was the ultimate coming from Sunset Lover was forced out, as well as the flicker. That meant that when they went in for the Netherrealm fight, there wasn't any exchange, and that Homebois just went in together as 4. The Death Ball was there. They have the Retribution. No way, right?
Okay, I thought it was happening again. I could see the moment that it was about to happen. Thank goodness it falls into the hands of the Homebois, and now they've evened up that score. That gold lead shrunk.
That's what we're talking about. It really is. If Deusvult lets it slip through their hands again, that was a 7K gold lead they had, right? In a moment, just in that exchange, it has now been whittled down pretty much even, right? Across the board. This now, Lord in favor of Homebois is going to be marching up the top side. And Deusvult now has to kind of answer at this momentum from Homebois. Real quick itemization, anything specific here, Wolf, coming through?
Still lack of DHS from Ryzel. I'm actually concerned about this.
Yeah, because now the backline's already getting attacked by the
Chibi.
electrifying beats, but he gets stunned down. Harvey takes him out. No A-OK, no problem. And now this lore push completely swatted by the backhand of Deusvult.
It's so weird seeing teams like do that all the time. Like they get the Lord and then they
decide to go.
They decide to go in between turrets.
Yep, in between turrets as well. I mean, it's just...
Oh, there it is. DHS finally.
Okay, he's doing some good damage onto Sawo's side, but it's still becoming a problem here, right? Because as much as Ryzel wants the free hit, there's just a lot of ways for Deusvult to get on top of him. And now that Carvey actually has that Winds of Nature, taking on Ryzel in this 1v1 is very much possible.
That's right. But that is not what Homebois is looking for. They want the Joy to take care of Ryzel. And as long as there is no Faramis ultimate, they're gonna be, copied Netherrealm. It's gonna be A-OK.
Yeah, I think this is where, again, as they battle
Sword.
out here. Oh, Homebois gonna jump in again.
Yeah, he's jumping on towards Warlord's side. He's handling him as much as he can. The Zorn is taking as much damage as he can. Ryzel is taking out Kid Bomba, but Minoan Fury does not connect on anybody, even with the committed flicker too. So technically, I don't know how worth it that really was.
Well done, Warlord, actually.
Yeah.
He gets out.
Good thing that he got out. Again, this is going back to what I said earlier. It's great when Kim Bomba does that type of stuff, but at one point, it might be at a disadvantage, right? Because you jump in, you expose yourself, you get taken out, and now you're down a member. Yes, Lord is still a little bit of ways. He should be back up for that and everything, but, the longer the game goes, you've got to kind of be disciplined, put that in check, or at least if you obviously do jump in, the rest of the team is there to follow up with you, and really Homebois just kind of played around that really well.
Well, I think the real question is how long can Homebois kind of keep this up for, right? Last time it was 30 minutes, and eventually Deusvult was able to edge them out to the very end when it came down to the ultra late stages of the game. So now that with 10 seconds left and the Lord about to spawn,
Sunset Lover.
what's the preparation, right? What is the key that's going to make the difference?
Well, Sunset Lover is going to play a crucial part.
What ultimate does he take?
Yep.
I think the Faramis might be better.
Netherrealm.
Okay, here we go. Sawo's already on top of Chibi. He gets chunked down. He's too low. He ends up dying. Ryzel chunks him out. And now with one member down, it's a Zorn v5. Zorn, he gets knocked out by the Lord. He might have to, he doesn't have to do much just yet, but he needs to get topped up. They might just reset this to look for an upcoming fight. But the waves, bot side, not looking very good. Mid gets shoved out. And now Kid Bomba jumps in for the fight. Minoan Fury has already come out as Netherrealm has been popped. They're starting to move forward. Carvey can only do so much. Minoan Fury knocks up 3. Now the Winds of Nature comes out. Chibi is already taken out. Kid Bomba. Ryzel ends up dying. What a crit!
What a fight!
What a fight! Even I would think that I already mentioned like Sunset Lover should copy Faramis ultimate, but it's not the case. They didn't need it. And I think that the problem there was Sepat was already poked down very low, and that's a massive hero to have in those team fights, because the penalty zone is going to be very important to lock down Carvey, so that now Chibi will be able to take out that Bruno. It kind of knocks him down.
Yeah, they're going to push Zorn back here. He has immortality.
All right. I mean, they might just break it here. Electrifying beats have already come out, and that just might be the green light for Deusvult to start this.
Sunset Lover just walking casually.
Right? Right, Sawo is dead, and now Magister and as well as Carvey are going to try and rush this down. They're running towards it. Sunset Lover, keep in mind, he's got them in No Fury. He's trying to zone out 3 people at once, while Subban is keeping an eye on the health bar of the Lord.
Rizel's back.
Rizel's back.
Yeah, he jumps on in, Zorn flickers forward, and jumps on forward, and now with the committed Minoan Fury, Netherrealm pops out. Kid Bomba still looking at Warlord. Sorry, Carvey's chunked out low. They turn things around. Sunset Lover knocks them up for the re-engage, but Chibi doesn't let the Lord reset and takes it under the noses of Deusvult.
What a play there from Homebois, able to stall that out. Again, Rizel was gone for a while. They keep from Deusvult from actually initiating, and again, that we're in a position to do that. They had their gold laner, but it would have to come down to the retribution battle. They can't pull it off, and what is the result? Homebois gets the Lord.
Yeah. And also you will have to mind the lanes that Homebois already set up. The bottom lane naturally pushed, so that's a lot of macro advantage that they were able to get, and then the mid lane will be also taken out. Apart from the things that you've said, Naisu, these are the things that Homebois did perfectly well, and now you're feeling the scaling of their composition. This Joy is going to be a problem. And if you think about it, since they went in for the Hilda stops the Joy in the early game, but in the latter portions, there's no lockdown that can actually take out this Joy.
Could be rough. Now we're starting to push into the Luminous Lord, crashes into the inhibitor side. Kid Bomba can try his best to clear and hold back these waves, but look, it's Dagger. Subban comes on forward with penalty zone onto Kid Bomba, and now the Netherrealm was out. Chibi tries his best to get on top of Carvey. He manages to survive. They're looking for crystals. No more minions. Minoan Fury to disengage the entirety of that team here. Sawo getting chucked down, and now Rizel, he's popped out the ball. He's cropped out the explosive crossbows as much as he can as Carvey tops back up. The crits are actually relevant in these fights. They've taken out 2 for 2 so far, and they back up. Successful defense coming up from Deusvult.
Homebois there's no stopping them, right? There's no leash good enough or no chain strong enough to hold the Malaysians down.
Yeah, they're still going to be playing for forcing this mid turret in.
Oh, and there you go. Once again, Subban with the penalty zone. Doing it again. Magister with perfect execution gets back out of there, but Sunset Lover is actually kind of low. Ooh, Intertruncheon. Purchase just in time as Rizel able to close things out onto Sunset Lover. Good night for him as the third inhibitor collapses. Homebois, 21 minutes into the game, 17-16. Now, no inhibitors for Deusvult.
Magister wanted badly to get that orange buff, but is denied of it. Chibi will now be respawning. Good buy time going up from Homebois, especially because they took out Sunset Lover, and it's 22 minutes into this game now. So death timers, they're quite massive. Magister doesn't have the immortality as well. And here they go, 3 lanes crashing in. Again, no chain strong enough to hold the Malaysians down.
Look, their discipline is fighting. Why are you telling us to hold back? There is no reason to hold back this anger, this rage. Zorn fucking form and Minoan Fury trying to get on top of Carvey, and now the Electrifying Beast chucks him down. Warlord successfully takes him out. Magister using as many dashes and punches to actually survive to clear out these waves, but it's too late. Sawo is next to fall, and nobody can touch Rizel as Warlord takes out Sunset as they push this over to a potential game number 3. It's done. Magister, the last remaining member, and Homebois farming the stats. Crack that crystal. GG, well played for the Homebois.